pro play to Cherry and Yates. Got Boggs running through the middle up top with Herrera and Thompson on the wings. So a fairly familiar lineup for the Eagles as we get underway here.
And beautiful weather for us tonight here in the Open Cup competition. Second year in a row that the Eagles have hosted a PDL team in the second round. Last year hosted the Sounders U23. The Eagles having opportunity here on the attack, but cleared out by Brennan. The Eagles beat the Sounders U23 team last year 3-0 before losing in the third round to the Chicago Fire.
Both these clubs enter this season off of strong 2013 campaigns. Both teams advance into the finals of their respective leagues. The Dynamo actually took a trophy home, though, last year.
The U.S. Amateur Championship. Dynamo have always been one of the strongest PDL teams perennially. They're in a great area in North Carolina. That's where a lot of quality soccer players come from.
So while the Eagles in the home orange are a professional side, the Dynamo PDL side represented mostly by collegiate players in their off season from university play. North Carolina home to numerous quality collegiate programs, so get the likes of players from University of North Carolina, High Point University, UNC Charlotte, Coastal Carolina, NC State. Those kind of programs represented in the lineup here tonight for the Dynamo.
Is now Sacheri. Looking for Boggs. A little miscommunication there. And now Brennan. Dynamo playing in the traditional English style, 4-4-2.
Veronico, the captain, trying to break through the midfield there. Well won by Ben Noonan.
Dynamo, it's their second game of the year. Defeated the SC United Bantams, I think is their name. They've changed names a couple times the past few years. 1-0 Saturday with just wide from Zach Boggs.
Great delivery in there. May have been from John Leathers. Right back, the Boggs able to get in the gap between the center backs. Guigan and Brennan. Slipped in. Great first touch. Tried to go low far post. Just wide of McCauley's post.
But as I was saying, Steve Diamond, first year head coach. Got a perfect 1,000 winning percentage so far. Of course, it's only one game. Now back to Gold. Noonan now. Noonan's one of the products of the North Carolina universities from Wake Forest up in Winston-Salem.
Left side for the Eagles and All Demon Deacon. Wing of the field. Wells Thompson, also Wake Forest alum.
Noonan trying to find Boggs. Just a couple feet off.
Little bit of a breeze this evening, but not too bad. Shouldn't affect the play too much. Don't know if it factored into that pass there. As you see Murillo,
the lone goal scorer from Dynamo's first game of the year.
He's a player that Sikcheri and Guzman will need to keep an eye on, playing there underneath the two forwards, that attacking mid position. Highly touted recruit, now playing at High Point University. As you said, their goal scorer in the first match.
Very talented midfield. A lot of international presence, as Lucas Zargis was a member of one of the German youth national teams, played in the youth setup for Eintracht Frankfurt, and Marco Sunal, Costa Rican youth team member.
A few different internationals out there for the Dynamo, or guys with experience internationally. Guy again, French player playing at Coastal Carolina. So an opportunity for guys who aren't going to go home for the summer while they're playing here in the university system in the States. Play PDL, continue to play, keep the game up while they're staying in the States in the off season.
Plus, it's got to be a lot better than just sitting around. And foul called on Drew Yates. Now, go again. Fred. And now Jorge Herrera battling with Nipon. And foul called on Nipon. Nipon's a strong physical presence up top.
I was going to say, in certain parts of the field, you can see the discrepancy between full professional players, post-college players, and some of these guys still teenagers. But the two forwards look like they've got the size and strength, athleticism to be competitive, challenge the Eagles.
Gold over to Newnham. Now through pass to Yates. Feeds it to Wells Thompson. Back to Newnham. Now Yates loses it away to Bakar.
Little casual there by Yates coming to approach that ball in the final third. But when he is able to get on the ball in the forward half of the field, running at the goal, really need to be on alert. Number 12 for the Eagles. Drew Yates in good form so far this season. Scoring goals, creating opportunities, on top of his game right now. As Greer casually composed, knocks that down for gold.
And now Boggs and Brennan in a foot race. Boggs wins the foot race, but ball goes out of bounds for a Dynamo throw-in.
The field here at Queens University Sports Complex is a turf field. You saw that ball take a little bounce for Duckworth. Had to volley that out. You'll see a few tough touches. Hopefully it doesn't impact the opportunities of the game, doesn't adversely affect things, but it does definitely take some adjusting, some getting used to for the players.
And there are also 4 patches on the field that present a difficulty in the first couple minutes adjusting to them, because this field's also used for lacrosse. And these patches are in the goal area of the lacrosse layout. As Thompson battling. And going to be out of bounds. Going to be an Eagle throw-in.
Veronico there looked like he put his arm right around his shoulder and pulled him back.
Spun him around. Thompson now trying to find someone in the box. Nobody there. Now Bakar on the counterattack. And all the way back to McCauley.
Well done by Charlotte there. It looked like Bakar had gotten the ball in a pretty good position, and they cut down all his options, made him go wide and then back. Now you're able to set your defense and get a ball that you can win. Cold with a great first touch. You'll see that when Eagles get clear possession, this part of the field, the Dynamo will concede some passes through the back and keep numbers between the ball and the goal.
Brennan now. Over to go again. Cut off. Nice interception there from Yates. Now into Guzman. Loses it away to Bakar. Bakar on the counter. Looking for someone to send it through, pass through. Nice offside trap by the Eagles.
Nipon, if Bakar had seen him earlier, was in a decent position wide of J.J. Greer. That just took a little too long to get to him. Ended up being offsides.
Now Herrera. Guzman. A little give and go with Herrera.
Two Colombians combining well.
And Guzman with the shot.
Ref allowed advantage. Yeah, ref allowing advantage. Guzman getting into a good position. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say the turf affected that effort.
Monster reached up and grabbed him.
Ended up being fairly tame.
And great decision by the ref there to allow continuing play. A lot of times you'll see a ref blow his whistle there.
Baronico to Bakar to Nipon.
Well defended. J.J. Greer coming back. Got beat initially, but used his wheels to catch up. And going to be a corner kick for the Dynamo.
That's what you get when you play with two forwards. Fairly aggressive formation set up by the Dynamo, playing Bakar and Nipon up together.
It's going to be Aaron Jones coming up. He sends it in. One by the Eagles. Cleared out of bounds by Guzman. Going to be a Dynamo throw-in. And we mentioned earlier the physical presence of the two forwards. And you could see that that's who they were targeting on that set piece. And Brock Duckworth gathers it and quickly rolls it over to Ben Noonan.
Baronico been aggressive, so I hadn't backed down from any challenge. He's gotten stuck in a few times there, getting in battles with Thompson and Noonan that time.
Now Gold going to set things up from the back.
Dynamo committed themselves a little higher up the field. Once you break that pressure, see if the Eagles have the speed of play to continue to get behind the lines.
And well done by J.J. Greer to come up with the interception. Back pass to Duckworth. Now get things started again. Herrera. Now looking for someone to pass to. Finds Johnny Leathers. And now Fred Sacheri. Back over to the Back over to Leathers. Guzman.
Pretty methodical start for Charlotte so far. Not a ton of drive or intensity, pretty content to just play what's in front of them. At some point, going to need Yates or Thompson or Herrera to try and find something dynamic, break down the Dynamo defense. All pretty simple, pretty safe so far.
Gonna have to be dynamic against the Dynamo.
They're gonna, at this point, they're fairly content. Things stay in front of them. Now you get behind the midfield, you go at the back line.
And Herrera feeds it in, looking for Boggs. Just off. Going to be a corner kick for the Eagles.
So that's where the game changes. You kind of lull them to sleep, swinging around the back. When it gets into Boggs, if he's able to hold it up as that central forward and then find Herrera or Yates or Thompson, now the game starts to pick up a little bit. See if you can speed up the play as you get closer to the goal.
Got Herrera and Yates over there looking. Herrera sends it in. And now Bakar. And foul is going to be called on Johnny Leathers. Ref reaching into his pocket. And nope, never mind.
Just a talking to. Caught Sunol put an arm out to not get beat to the ball. Got Sunol, who made sure the ref knew he'd been gotten. Leathers maybe a bit fortunate to not have gotten a yellow there. As Murillo now picks it up in a good position.
Moving forward. And now shot on. Nipon over the goal.
Nipon and Bokar have to stay patient. They can't get frustrated at when the chances come, because they're going to be. It might be a few minutes between them, but they've got the ability. They can't get frustrated when it doesn't quite work out. Got to have that striker's mentality. Put it behind you. Go get the next one.
Got to have a short memory span. As Yates is moving forward over to Herrera on the wing. One away. But Herrera corrals it back. Now Leathers.
Bokar working hard to get back in the play.
And a foul going to be called on Murillo. He fouled Juan Guzman.
Guzman's got to be one of the most frequently fouled players in the USL Pro. Their road trip to Arizona and California, the last game the Eagles played at Orange County Blues, seemed like Guzman spent more time on the ground being fouled than he did on his feet.
And part of that is attributed to his style of play.
True.
He's just the scrappy. He has no end. He's got a continuous engine. He just goes and goes and goes. As Herrera sends that one in looking for someone. And going to be a corner kick for the Eagles. Some of the Eagles were asking for a penalty as Wells Thompson ended up on the ground in the scuffle, but ref played the advantage. And
I would say good decision there to not give the penalty kick. There was contact and Thompson did go down, but
wasn't penalty worthy.
No.
Herrera sends it in.
Good delivery.
And now Murillo battling. Now Fred with it. And he gets a shot on just wide. That's now 3 shots for the Eagles. All of them close. But as the saying goes, close but no cigar.
And nothing, close but nothing actually on frame to force McCauley into a save yet.
And McCauley booms this one into the midfield.
Sunol on the ball in the final third. Wide to Bokar. Little back heel.
Now looking for Murillo. Cut off by Greer. And going to be headed out of bounds. by the Dynamo. Going to be a goal kick for Brock Duckworth. Duckworth in his second year. Started the year on the bench with the Eagles. Doug Herrick had a couple games where he struggled. Duckworth was given a chance and hasn't looked back.
Not sure what he's working on there, but here he goes.
As he booms it into the midfield. Headed by Brennan. Wells Thompson trying to make something happen, but nothing doing.
You feel though like the left wing could be a place where the Eagles could make some things happen. Thompson, Boggs, and Yates combining in that left flank.
Into the box it went, but cleared out by Brennan.
Saw Herrera tuck inside there and get the outside back released around. Leathers able to get to the end line, get a quality serve off.
So now Yates is moving forward, threading his way through, managing to stay.
Oh, and they're going to call it back.
Foul. Wow.
That's unfortunate.
Beautiful play there from Yates. Unfortunate not to get anything out of it.
That's a sign, though, of the confidence that he's playing with right now. He picked that up, and there was 3 or 4 guys to beat, and he never thought twice about just driving straight at the goal.
If that goal had been allowed, that might have been the goal of the year for the Eagles right there. Threading his way through, it seemed about like 30 defenders. Actually, it was 4 defenders. But still, it's a fantastic run of play there. But offside. I was just about to mention that the Eagles can't let the Dynamo grab momentum.
Murillo, yeah, if they give Murillo, Bokar, Nipon some space there, and if Nipon had been able to find a way to not be involved in that play, Murillo can't be offsides on his own pass. Had a chance to just run through onto it himself. But as soon as Nipon touched it, it's going to be offsides.
Herrera. Belling trying to chip it into Yates. Yates to Leathers, and Leathers takes a shot. Brennan uses his body to block it. And now Bakar. Now Dynamo back to Guigan. Over to Jones.
Sunol fighting through the Newnham tackle.
Back to Jones. Now Guigan again.
Guzman does well to dispossess Murillo.
Guzman moving forward. Over to Herrera.
Well done. Good speed of play.
And looking for Guzman. Nothing doing. That ball skied high. Herrera gets a head on Guzman, but cleared out by Brennan.
That was a good attack though by Charlotte. That's a great ball by Matt Gold. Brilliant ball out to Yates.
If he took karate when he was a kid.
Not sure how big karate is in San Antonio. Well done by Leathers. Gets up the end line.
And
had Herrera on a cutback, but I think he saw Yates right in the front of the goal. Thought he could thread it through. But great move by the right back to walk his defender, get up the end line.
going to be a throw in for the Eagles.
Gotta like Bocar's work rate to get back, defend from his forward position. Done that a few times.
These two teams have played before, but they will become even more familiar in the next few years. As Bakar is racing down, pulls up. And Guzman goes in, and now Sacheri over to Thompson.
The game's picked up its pace here in the last few minutes. Charlotte being a little more aggressive, getting at the Dynamo. But as you commit numbers, you leave room for the counter, and the Dynamo have shown that they do have the capacity to be dangerous if Charlotte leaves too much space.
Guzman back to Gold. Gold goes across the field to Noonan. Yates, and now Sacheri, Boggs.
And out the other way. Well done.
And Herrera, he tracks it down, but goes out of bounds for a goal kick. As I was mentioning, these two teams will be more familiar as the Eagles will be joining PDL next year. And this will surely be a big-time rivalry.
These two teams an hour and a half apart.
Yep.
The Dynamo based out of Greensboro, North Carolina, playing at McPherson Stadium, one of the better soccer venues in the region. Great setup for a PDL team.
Now Jones, and cleared out for the Eagles by Noonan. Now Greer and Nipon. Greer exhibiting one of the nuances that defenders develop, the shield. A very effective technique.
Guzman still limping a little bit from a knock he picked up earlier. Charlotte is off this weekend from USL Pro action, so you're seeing the first team. A lot of teams that have a game the next weekend will modify the squad. Bokar dances at the top of the box. Murillo, they say, is on sides.
And shot in. And going to go out of bounds.
Eventually goes for a goal kick. But yeah, Greer and Gold really got to keep things reined in, not let Sacheri and Guzman wander too far forward, or let Noonan and Leathers get too wide and high, because Nipon and Bokar, they've got to keep an eye. It's 2v2 up top there. You don't want to have to defend those guys across too much space with the way they can combine and their ability to get in behind you. Organization going to be important in transition for the Eagles when they lose the ball. Get Noonan and Leathers connected so they don't get caught in too many 1v1 situations with those two front runners.
Long throw in for the Dynamo. Oh, over to Jones. And just a little bit too much on it from him, as it's going to be out of bounds for the Eagle throw in. Quickly taken. And now, Fred. Back to Greer, Noonan.
Well done by Yates. Dances out of the pressure. Well tackled by Cherry. Sunol thought he had going to be able to turn and combine.
Herrera moving forward on the counter. Trying to fit it to Boggs. Boggs goes back to Guzman. Guzman moving forward. And it's fouled right in front of the box.
That's a dangerous spot to give one away.
Once again, Guzman.
Guzman on the ground. Zargas there, the German player for the Dynamo, currently at UNC Greensboro, conceding the foul. See if if Guzman or Thompson, Guzman, Thompson, Herrera, the three standing over the ball.
Just wide and high. Herrera, not happy about that one.
Now you'd expect more from him from that position. You'd figure he'd at least force a save out of McCauley. A little disappointed with that effort, I'm sure.
McCauley slipping a little there. Not the best kick. And now goes back to McCauley.
There's some good composed play from Zargas out of that holding midfield position. Nodding that ball back to McCauley.
Boggs trying to get to it. And now Herrera battling with Sinal. Sings it in for Boggs. But just not able to do anything with it.
Veronico on it now. See if the Dynamo can do anything.
And dispossessed by Sacheri. Guzman now over to Herrera.
Those are the moments they could be dangerous. Game gets open up like that. Get midfielders with time on the ball to thread some through for those two front runners.
So that one slips past Guzman, back to Gold. Now Gold trying to find Leathers on the flank.
Guzman does well, knocks it off of Bokar to win the throw.
Leathers. Guzman, Yates. Guzman to Herrera. And Guzman again. And his pass off target. And now Bronico trying to find Nipon. A great physical play from Nipon, but whiffs at the ball in the box. I have a feeling turf might have played a part in that.
Yeah, the Dynamo fans in front of us
None too
saying there was some contact or a foul there, but didn't see anything from the Dynamo players contesting for a foul. As Guygan does really well to bring that through ball down, collect it, and retain possession.
Back to McCauley. Brandon. McCauley booms this one down directly to Noonan. Sacheri back to Gold. Looking for Yates, finds him, but unable to do anything, and Jones heads it back to McCauley.
Well, 34 minutes in, I think, of the coaches, Coach Diamond would have to be the more positive at this point. Charlotte's had a bit more possession, but really Dynamo have limited the chances, haven't had too much dangerous stuff come their way. And if you're Charlotte, you got to feel like you need to turn the possession that you have into better opportunities when you get in front of the goal. Do a little more with it. Really haven't asked McCauley to do a lot. You feel like there's another gear in there for the Eagles.
Boggs now trying to feed it in to Herrera. But McCauley comes out and corrals it.
I just feel like the speed of play, the transition could be better for Charlotte. Get at the Dynamo before they're able to set their defense.
And Greer goes cross field to Leathers. Boggs back to Leathers. And Dynamo win it away. They're trying to feed it in to Bakar there, but headed away by Gold.
Dangerously across the Noonan.
Yeah. Guzman, Thompson, Yates back to Thompson, and he feeds one in just a little bit too much on that one as he was trying to find Sacheri. Now Zargas, one of the players with international experience, German player, played in the Eintracht Frankfurt youth system, as Herrera is now on the ball.
Yeah, deflection. Well done by Sunol to work back. Zargas stood Herrera up. Sunol worked back, won it off him, and then was even able to win a throw. But when the Eagles win that ball there, that's a good time to really get at Dynamo, but you don't sense much urgency from the Eagles at this point. Like right here, this is a good spot to be aggressive.
And Thompson is aggressive, but it's aggressively over the goal. Don't forget, if you're looking for score, stats, news, and more from the USL Pro, you can find everything you could possibly want on USLProSoccer.com. And don't forget to like the league on the fan page, Facebook.com/USLPro. And follow the league on Twitter at USLPro. It's now over to Noonan. Boggs. Leathers now. Guzman. And chipped in. And a great block from Jones there. That would have been a fantastic goal from Wells Thompson. But Aaron Jones, number 17, coming over, using his body, and going to be a corner kick for the Eagles.
Eagles like to go short from this side from time to time. They have Yates out there as well.
Into Guzman, sends it back to Sacheri, and Sacheri's shot is way wide.
This seemed pretty complicated. Corners are typically one of your more simple plays. You try and get something in front of the face of the goal and see if somebody can get on the end of it, redirect it. Ended up putting 3-4 passes together to get a shot. Just don't know if on this turf it's tough to hit a ball that's easy for Sacheri to really feel confident driving on frame.
Bakar now. Bronico. And dispossessed by Noonan. Fantastic defending there. It's Yates. Great opportunity here. He's got Herrera and Boggs on either side.
Woo!
Momentary loss. Yates is just living on the edge right now. And now Bronico.
4v4 here at the top of the box. See what Murillo can do.
Finds Bronico. And it was a great save from Duckworth. And Nipon was there for the rebound, but goes just past the post. Fantastic run of play there from the Dynamo. And it all started with the no call on what Yates and Herrera still believe was a penalty. As they were having a conversation just now.
Yeah, it felt like Zargis came in, or is either Zargis or Sunol that came in from behind on Thompson. Won the ball, but more often than not, when you come in from that angle, the ref is going to call that just for the safety of the players.
And now Noonan moving forward, trying to find Yates. Couldn't. Gets back, tries to win it back. Couldn't. Now Guzman on the ball for the Eagles. Over to Boggs. And Boggs gets a shot in.
There's something on frame.
Yeah.
Heavy ball from Boggs. Yeah.
Guzman was there for the rebound, but quickly cleared out by the Dynamo.
Went short here last time. See what they choose to do.
Send it in and corralled by McCauley. As there's going to be a sense of urgency from both teams trying to get on the board before we head in at halftime, just a couple minutes away. It's crucial to have momentum heading into halftime. Saw that happen in Charlotte's last home game against the Chicago Fire Reserves. Got up early, 2-0, gave away one goal, and then shortly before halftime gave away another one, and just couldn't seem to get back in the game after that. Second half belonged firmly to the Fire Reserves. As Noonan moves forward.
And now the final few minutes of the half are when a lot of goals are scored. Mentally, you have a tendency to maybe relax, let down. You know the half's almost over. One little lapse in concentration at this level can be the difference.
And Guzman now. And he gets a shot on.
There it is.
Just as you say it, Juan Guzman finds the back of the net. That's fantastic prognostication there, Mitch.
Well, and what you saw is a ball, just a simple throw in on the left side. The Dynamo players, the Dynamo midfield turn and look at the ball. Just a simple play, and Guzman finds a gap to slide through, and he's able to pick it up off of a good little feed, maybe from Yates, and he's in on goal. Touch in, he's running at the back four and puts that right off the near post. Not much McCauley could have done about that.
And you can see Guzman applauding the fans. Very classy player.
I believe specifically Camille and Margarita, his parents, who also live here in Charlotte. Guzman, a Charlotte product, local player, Charlotte Latin School, Charlotte United, before going to Liberty University.
As we've got Leathers is receiving treatment from the trainers. There's a foul was called there.
So what the Eagles have done in the meantime is slid Wells Thompson out to the right back position. He and Boggs look to go 2v1 here on the right flank.
And Thompson now. Fred. Back to Guzman. And it's a cherry.
Not looking good over there for Leathers as the trainer works on his left hamstring, something that got him in the first game of the season. Had come back, been playing well, starting.
Eagles have Bilal Duckett lined up, ready to come in the game if we don't head to halftime first.
Yeah, so at this point, Charlotte's playing down a man.
And it is going to be Duckett coming in for Leathers.
Duckett, number 3, checks in for number 20, John Leather.
And Duckett is going to play right back.
And that's going to be at halftime. The Eagles get a late goal to head into halftime with the momentum, but
Camps with the Charlotte Eagles is the craziest, most insane thing that you'll ever love.
We teach them skills of the day.
We work on passing, shooting.
We try to have as professional of teaching as we can. We have fun days like Wacky Wednesday and Jersey Thursday. We have contests every morning and prizes, and we just have a blast.
It's so much bigger than the game of soccer.
Soccer camp, a place that you wouldn't really expect them to get Jesus, we can give it to them. It's just a way where we can love kids and we can teach them about the Lord and about how much He loves them.
They're all about the soccer, and then they love the Bible time.
The Elite Camp, we basically try and take our normal camps but step it up a notch. So Elite Camp, we try to pick up the quality, choose more challenging drills, and really try and push the kids athletically to see if they can improve and learn something new.
All girls camp is really fun. Guys aren't allowed. If any guys come close to the fence, they start screaming, "No boys allowed."
I've never seen more kids that have been more encouraging. Running up, telling each other good job, giving high fives, it's really been a cool thing.
But at these camps, the coaches really care about your kids.
But we take it very seriously, the instruction that hopefully they grow as a player in soccer. We come and we grow them as soccer players, as athletes, but also just as people. Things like honesty and sportsmanship.
How much can we invest in these kids' lives for the short period of time that we have?
There's tons of kids, tons of energy, and God works miracles through that week.
Well, sports ministry is like the gospel in action. You're able to speak the gospel, but you're also able to be an example on the field and doing something that you love.
Soccer is the #1 sport in the world. You can go anywhere. All you need is a ball. It's the perfect tool, in my mind, to share the gospel.
So many people in so many different cultures play sports, and soccer is probably the biggest because it's all around the world.
I think my favorite thing is actually playing matches against other teams, and then afterwards getting to share with them.
Being able to show the love of God while you're playing, and more so afterwards when you're able to talk with people one-on-one or even to a crowd, explaining why you're doing what you're doing.
Have those intentions of, okay, I'm going to use this not for myself but to benefit others. God just takes that and just expands it and just blows it up bigger than you could ever imagine.
Training is a core part of what we do to accomplish our mission. A season of training to prepare players for a lifetime of service
we try to do what we call sports ministry training, where we're training our men to take their faith and put it on the field. That's through transformation.
Going through the material, the sports ministry training material, of just kind of a theology of sports ministry and learning more deeper about how God wants us to be in the context of sport.
That's the standard advice I'm going to have.
We all enjoy the game. I love to coach, I love to play. All these guys are driven, they're competitive, but investing in these guys on the spiritual side, that's what I get excited about, and that I get to do it within the environment of soccer.
It's a phenomenal place to grow. From the staff around you, to the opportunities you get, to the leadership you can provide for the team, the perfect place to be as an athlete.
I love being a part of, I guess, just a Christian organization that is so fired up about God and using soccer as their ministry.
There are a lot of guys that are really serious about growing spiritually, and I've been mentored by several so far already.
I was challenged to not only improve myself on the field, I was able to grow in certain things off of the field as well. I don't think I'd be the person I am today without the organization altogether.
Being at camp with kids, I felt more alive than I've ever felt.
As we try to teach kids how to play soccer, to get better, we also share Christ with them, which is our main purpose here.
This camp of 200 is being led by two of our student leaders, and they're doing an excellent job giving them a practical experience in leadership.
Over in Japan, we do clinics for kids as well as playing different university teams. And even though there's a language barrier, playing soccer always helps break it down. And
I mean, especially when we go to Brazil, it's Portuguese as the language and then soccer. And immediately the kids just respond to us because we play soccer, we invest in their lives, and now they're open to hear about the gospel.
You go across the country and you pick up a ball, and within 10 minutes you have 50 to 100 kids surrounding you. And so just knowing that it can easily build relationships. And
how one sport, how one soccer ball and a smile can unite two teams who can't even communicate because we don't even understand each other. It's hard to describe, and being a part of it has been such a blessing.
I was really feeling that we were supposed to live alongside people, to move into neighborhoods, to move into cities that need Christ's light, and just let Christ's Spirit flow through us there.
Sports ministry, being a sports minister, brought us into the neighborhood. We were using soccer to build relationships with the kids through soccer practice and playing soccer out on the field.
My heart is to see this whole community transformed by God's love. And so it started with us rolling out a soccer ball 2 years ago and bringing a couple snacks. And so we'd play soccer for an hour, hour and a half.
We are to have deep relationships with the families here and serve in whatever place that you can.
But they're equipped to go take what they've learned and duplicate it, replicate it in another culture, back at their college team, wherever they go to coach. But we hope that by the time they spent the summer with us, they're empowered to go out and change the world and make life changes.
And so we just want to be intentional through a motivating platform that draws youth. It's a magnet to youth, to provide that platform to be able to share that message of hope with the youth of the world.
And we're back. Took ourselves a quick 15-minute break, halftime. Great first half for both teams. Great opportunities from both sides. The Eagles pulling ahead there in the 43rd minute. And looks like same Eagles lineup. And looks like the same Dynamo lineup. So no substitutions to report at halftime.
The Eagles obviously making the one sub right at the tail end of the first half. Duckett for Leathers, who appeared to pick up a hamstring injury. So Duckett will be playing the right back position for the Eagles here in the second half. Duckett started a couple of the opening games of the season, first handful of games of the season at center back, so he's been on the field for Charlotte here, number 3. Well, don't know that either team's going to make tactical changes, really change much from their game plan. Charlotte wanting to maintain possession, be methodical. The ref not liking where Bocar's standing as the ball's put in play.
And you can see Eagles in there, 4-3-3, and Dynamo in a 4-1-2-1. Got Zargis playing in that defensive midfield position. You can see Fred winning it away, but promptly losing it to Sunal and Bokar now. And Naipon looking for Bokar, but nothing doing. And Duckworth scoops it up and throws it over to Duckett. Cherry.
Fortunate there to keep the ball. Murillo had him in a pretty good spot defensively.
Guzman, Yates, trying to feed it in, but deflect it off. And now Dynamo trying to get a counterattack started. And going to be a Dynamo throw in there.
I think Coach Diamond with the Dynamo will feel like his team were relatively dangerous on the counterattack, created some decent opportunities. Won't be in a real hurry to commit more numbers forward. Obviously, as we go along, if this score stands up, they'll have to move forward a little bit more as the game goes on, commit some more numbers. But for now, I think you stay with what you're doing, absorb some of the pressure, and then try and let Naipon and Bokar work with Murillo underneath them and try and take advantage of counterattack opportunities.
So it's a dangerous play there for Charlotte. Now Noonan was looking for Boggs, cut off by Sargis. Brennan looking for Bokar. Finds him. Plays a hill pass and sent in, but cleared out by Noonan. And now Yates thought about trying to race that one down, but realized he couldn't. Zargis. Bokar. Jones battling over there.
Good work by Jones.
Deflects off of Noonan. Now go again.
Norton looking for Murillo. Didn't quite get to him in time. It's the Dynamo with a little spell of possession, putting their foot on the ball. And it's Charlotte who's absorbing the pressure.
As you can see, Nipon there, over to Norton. And he's looking for Murillo, who back heels it, and off the outside post. It'll be a goal kick for Duckworth.
Norton threading a good little ball in there to the top of the box. Murillo, clever back heel, lays it off. Good vision there to see Nipon over his shoulder, and he got all of that with his left foot, left it just outside the post. Looked like Duckworth had it covered, but good signs for the Dynamo coming out of the half there.
Now, Newnham. Back to Fred Sacheri. Yates now. Guzman in the middle. Now over to Thompson. Now goes across the field. Into the box. My depth perception was off. And a miscommunication there between Yates and Guzman.
Guzman wanted it through one gap between the defenders, and Yates thought he was going to keep running and get it on the other side. Good win by Murillo, who continues his run, and he's into a decent spot there. Well defended by Duckett.
Murillo not giving up, wins the ball back. But intercepted in the midfield. And now Thompson racing forward. Sends a through pass over to Boggs. Boggs sends a through one to Newnham. He tries to cross it. And it's going to be deflected and bounce off of him for a goal kick.
Unfortunate there for Newnham. He and Boggs working an overlap, getting into a good position. Just couldn't get it by the first defender. Good work by Jones for the Dynamo, the right back, closing off the end line.
And Newnham is going to track this one down, look to get things started. And Duckett now into Guzman. Guzman trying to thread it through to Yates, unable to. Cleared out by Guigan.
The game's slowing down a little bit. Right out of the gates there in the first half, there was some pace to it. It was open a little bit, but
as Greer clears that one out of bounds for Dynamo throw in.
I feel like Charlotte is content for a pretty slow-paced game. Just be methodical, stay organized.
And all the way back to Brennan for the Dynamo. Going to get things started from the center back position. Now Murillo threading it through to Nipon, and a fantastic save from Duckworth. Great save there. It was great feed from Murillo to Nipon. Great move by Nipon to keep possession, only to be robbed by Duckworth. That was a fantastic save.
That's a big-time play from your goalkeeper. That was well done between those two, Nipon and Murillo.
Yates wasn't happy to be on the ground there, thought he was fouled. And he's on the ball now.
Got a Dynamo fan there in front of us who's
None too
convinced
happy.
that Yates put himself on the ground.
And honestly, he might have.
He didn't seem like there was a
Too much
ton of contact, but a yellow card, though, is given to Lucas Zargis. So the ref seeing more in that than we did.
Hearing more. Never know what might have been said down there.
Herrera on the delivery.
He curls it in, looking, duck it, and Yates there. And Herrera.
That's a brilliant goal.
Oh my goodness! And Herrera waves to his family up here. Jorge Herrera finding the back of the net. Boy, that was a curveball right there. Up and down. Chipped it right over.
The patience, one of the things, I think he knows the turf here on this field and that ball was going to spin and bite and come right to him, knew where to position himself. The Dynamo player overran it. Herrera just waited on it, took it off his chest, and then created the top spin with that volley. Dipping it over Macaulay.
That was beautiful. It's absolutely fantastic. And that's something you can only find in a veteran like Herrera.
Thanks to Gavin Leary getting you the perfect angle on that shot, working the camera for us here tonight. Because we're here next to the camera. That was a perfect spot to get a look at that ball, to see the dip, the line that he picked out, the patience in the penalty box. Showing, I mean, that's a veteran player, not being anxious there in an opportunity to put a ball on goal. Just waited, let it fall, took it off his chest, and then picked his spot.
There's now Sacheri. As Thompson lets it go through his legs to Noonan. Noonan sends it in, but cleared out by Guigan. Nipalm looked like he might have missed that or was called off at the last second. Anyways, finds its way back to the Eagle defense.
Unfortunate for the Dynamo to give up that goal, because really felt like they had played well the first 10 minutes of the second half here. Gotten a little bit of a foothold in the game. We're knocking the ball around pretty well. Had a great chance for Nipon that Duckworth made the save on.
As that ball rolls out of bounds. Duckworth and Herrera coming up huge here in the second half.
So now that goal, I think, starts to change things for the two coaches.
Already see a Dynamo player warming up.
I think now Coach Diamond has to start making some decisions on who he brings on, what he does with their shape, how high they press up the field, different things like that.
He's only got, as that's going to be a yellow card. Yellow card to Brant Bronico for his foul on Sacheri. But Dynamo only have one forward on the bench, Patrick Barnes. Got two defenders, 3 midfielders. So we'll see what the old coach has up his sleeves.
You feel like Murillo has the ability to create something on his own out of the midfield, be a playmaker, try and get him further up the field. Sunol has been kind of playing on the wings. They find a way to get him around the ball a little more, try and get him further up the field. Good little touch by Jones there to
great body work.
Allow Macaulay to take it with his hands.
feel like I'm talking about a car. Great body work.
Ooh.
Now, Norton. One by Gold. He finds Boggs. Now Yates. Herrera trying to get to it, but couldn't. And it's cleared out by Zargis. And now Guiguen to start things for the Dynamo.
Coach Shack has a few guys beginning to warm up now for Charlotte. What a goal.
And a fantastic goal. Dynamo pull one back.
That was a brilliant individual effort by Nipon.
It almost felt like Nipon or Bukar, I mean, they've played great all night. You knew it was coming at some point.
Now the save from Duckworth and the a near miss from in the first half off a ball that Duckworth deflected. Those two could easily have been goals. So probably deserved for Nipon on his work throughout the game. But he worked his way right around Matt Gold. Excellent little move, change of direction. The touch on his move to not get that ball too close to the next defender or to Duckworth. And then a left-footed laser in the bottom right corner.
And back pass to McCauley. Great header there from Greer, winning the ball in the air. And now Boggs moving forward, getting past the defense, and takes a shot on, easily scooped up by McCauley.
Good aggressive play, though, by Boggs. Pick the ball up. If there's no immediate pressure as a forward, you attack the space. No one closed him down. He got in position. He felt like he could get a good look at goal. Just couldn't put it on either side of McCauley.
And skied, but well played by McCauley. That was dangerous play there as Yates' pass goes awry. And the shot deflected by Brennan.
Yeah, McCauley can't let Yates close him down, get that close to him in the first place. There's
now Sacheri.
Some good stuff from Matt Gold, stepping in and winning that ball. See a little more in the step of the Dynamo players. Bokar, Nipon chasing, Sunol chasing, making things difficult for the back four there for Charlotte.
And Dynamo with a substitution. It's going to be Bakar. And coming on for him is going to be Travis Wannemuller. NC State guy. Boggs is battling. Eventually peels off. And Duckett moving forward, and he sends it in.
That's a great delivery.
And it was a great delivery.
What a ball from Duckett. Yates is wishing he could have that one back. That fell real nice for him on the top of the 6-yard box for a left-footed volley. Just couldn't quite find the top half of the ball, get over top of it. Well done by Yates to get out of trouble there.
Now over to Guzman, Noonan, Thompson. And one by Mueller, but probably out of bounds. And now Duckett for the Eagles. Into the center of the midfield to Guzman. He sends it over to Greer, who has a bad first touch. Now back over to Noonan. He sends it forward. Boggs showing some footwork, but for nothing. And now Sunal with Nipon. And feeds it in, but unable to do anything immediately. It's a back pass. Now Norton racing up on the flank and crosses it behind for the Eagle goal kick.
That all started. Sekcheri had the ball go under his foot, kind of got caught in no man's land, and Sunol picked it up and ran hard at the Eagles' defense. There you see Sunol, and it was Murillo that got even forward of him. So you're seeing some more numbers getting for Norton getting around from the outside back position. So you got the Dynamo committing more numbers when they see the opportunity. Wanamueller and Nipon would have hoped for a better service from the left back Norton.
Is now over to Duckett, and he sends it in to Guzman. And Yates had an opportunity, but couldn't do anything with it. And now Dynamo in counterattack, looking to go across the field to Sunal, cut off by Gold. Now Herrera on the ball for the Eagles.
Wanamueller, as you said, is a forward from NC State University, where he plays for former Charlotte Eagle, Kelly Finley.
Did not know that. Steve Shack was an assistant coach with them, volunteer assistant coach with the Wolfpack this year.
Alex McCauley, the goalkeeper, also with the Wolfpack. Roland Minogue is on the bench right now for the Dynamo. Maybe see him a little later. He's a Charlotte product. Grew up in Charlotte, playing for NC State as well.
All of those ACC North Carolina schools always have quality players. Duke, North Carolina, Winston-Salem, NC State. And that's not to say the other schools like High Point and
UNC Charlotte, Elon.
Charlotte,
yeah.
I mean, you look at Clint Irwin, who came through the Eagles 2 years ago. He played.
He's in Elon, Phoenix.
Elon, yep, and actually was an assistant coach there while he was playing for the Eagles, and now he's in his second year as the starting keeper for Colorado Rapids. Sekcheri goes into the box, feeds it through to Yates, manages to get past, and McCauley unable to corral it, and it's going to be a corner kick.
Yates disappointed with his last touch. Did so well to get out of pressure, combine with Sekcheri, get through, gets a good little ball fed back to him from Fred, and then couldn't quite on the run contain that first touch. McCauley quick off his line.
Jorge Herrera and Yates over there. Ref having conversation with Sunal.
Zargis and Guzman.
Yep. And that's going to go out of bounds off of Murillo's foot for an Eagle throw in. Thompson to take it.
Looks like he wants to go big. Gonna try.
He does have that California boy hair, so might as well do the surfer attitude, go big or go home.
He's actually from Winston-Salem.
I know, I was just commenting on the hair.
But he does have nice hair.
Tell you what else he has. A new son.
He does. Little Declan. In addition to the Thompson household.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's a fantastic name. Declan. It's just very strong.
There's actually a player with the Eagles, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago now, Declan Jogi, who played some right back for a few years with the Eagles. Composed, good player. So, good name. He's a good man too. So, but right now, free kick for Zargis, lining it up with his right foot. Norton there with the left.
Curls it in. Fantastic idea. Great execution. Just a little too far and a little too close. But Juana Mueller connected. It was fantastic. Just about 2 feet off in placement.
A brilliant ball by Norton. And the Eagle defense all kind of looked at each other thinking that ball was going to go through. Duckworth was looking to see it through out of bounds. And Juana Mueller slipped in and was free there on the back post. Well played by Brennan, nodding it back to McCauley.
Now to Norton. Duckett. And he just clears it forward.
Should also mention that Norton is a member of the Wolf Pack as well. So Coach Finley with a handful of guys going to be with the Dynamo this summer. Ought to be good for their game as the Dynamo look to contend for not only the Southeast Division, but also for the Mid-Atlantic. Yeah,
they got shifted around due to some PDL expansion.
But you would consider them to be at the top of the Mid-Atlantic Division, if not the league.
And you always have to consider the Dynamo a contender every single year in PDL. Just because they always put a good product on the field and always have fantastic fan support. Probably one of the best supported teams in PDL, if not the best. Fans are great, and they always have a great number of fans at McPherson Stadium.
When you have a good venue and a good team that wins games, plays attractive soccer, that's a good recipe for it. So, and you sense right now that while the game's kind of being played in the midfield, the Dynamo believe they've got another goal in them that they can make this interesting down the stretch as we got about 17 minutes of regulation to go.
And we've got David Gino coming on for Wells Thompson. Gino is a East Tennessee State player. Former player. And you can hear the crowd cheering for Austin Yearwood. He's a Charlotte Soccer Academy guy playing for the Dynamo. Plays for North Carolina, I believe.
He's a High Point.
High Point, excuse me.
Along with Mario and who else? We got Bill Carr. Yearwood actually was with the US U17s in residency for a little while too. So they'll be
in Bradenton, Florida.
So we'll be looking to get him in the attack down the left flank. We got a ball. One of the little guys was kicking around, snuck out on the field. Good work by the Urban Eagles to get that out. Urban Eagle boys helping out with the ball boy duties this evening.
And out of bounds for an Eagle throw in. About 15 minutes to go before the full 90 is up.
Try and see how the Eagles set things up here with Boggs and Gino, both forwards. They go to a 4-4-2, how they organize things.
That's Cherry. Now Herrera to Duckett. Duckett took his time and
hit it well.
Yeah, Brennan with the deflection there with his feet, kind of did a pirouette deflection. Now Gino. Lost away. And now Nipon. He sends it forward to Sunal. And his shot looked like it was headed wide, but Duckworth isn't taking any chances. And grabs it. Out of bounds for the Eagles throw in. And once again, out of bounds for the Eagle throw in.
Yeah, so it looks like Eagles are going to have Boggs and Gino both play up top. See if they can get on the end of something here.
Cauley darts out and grabs that one. Started to sling it, but realized Herrera was right there.
Instead chooses to throw it short to a marked player, but they get out of trouble there.
One away by Gino. Norton couldn't handle it. And tonight, some big news. Chattanooga FC, a MPSL team, a tier below PDL, and 2 tiers below USL Pro. The first MPSL team to eliminate a pro team, Chattanooga FC. They beat Wilmington Hammerheads 3-1 tonight in Open Cup action.
Wow.
So congrats.
Yeah, good for them.
Chattanooga.
3 goals. Good work by those guys. Pick up another win and play an MLS team.
Absolutely. And what a moment that would be for a NPSL team.
So this is the second round of U.S. Open Cup.
Yes.
And the MLS teams enter in the 4th round. So after this,
the NASL teams enter in the 3rd round, which the winner of this game will travel to Raleigh, Cary, to be specific.
Correct.
To play the Carolina Railhawks. Other scores. Halftime in Florida, Orlando City up on the Ocala Stampede 3-0. 2 goals from Corey Herzog.
Woo!
So that shot goes high.
Well hit by Boggs, but from that position, you'd like to see him find the frame. Nothing happening on the sidelines. Both teams content with the lineups they've got out there right now. Neither team really changing their shape at this point as we approach the 80th minute.
You can feel the sense of urgency in both teams. Dynamo trying to pull back even, and the Eagles trying to get an insurance goal because they know that the Dynamo have another goal in them. Anytime you have Murillo and Nipon, you always have goals on the field.
Speaking of Murillo, works hard there. Clever on the ball, earns a free kick.
In a dangerous area.
So now you'll see Gagan and Brennan come up, get a little bit of height in the box. Norton will deliver from a similar spot where he put a great ball in for Wanamuller a few minutes ago.
Wanamuller going back to the same spot.
It's still unmarked.
And they were looking for the same far side post play.
Sunol sneaking in that time, but Duckett able to get there and
headed out for the corner kick. As we're going to have a substitution for the Dynamo. Murillo is going to come off. And coming on is going to be James Smith.
Smith's a British player, young Englishman. Plays collegiately at Lee's McRae University or college. Up in the mountains of North Carolina.
And that one's headed out by Newnham. Going to be another corner kick for Carolina Dynamo.
Veronico there looking to drop a ball in the backside. Newnham probably feel like he could have done more with it than that. Had to get something on it though.
Headed out of immediate danger by Boggs and eventually cleared out by Newnham. So Cherry now. And now Dynamo fans calling for the foul. But Duckworth corrals it. Looked like Duckworth was a little unsure if he was able to pick that one up. That or he was just toying with the Dynamo.
Taking his time. Last 10 minutes. You only get 6 seconds once you pick it up, so wait until you absolutely had to get those 6 seconds started. A little better here from Charlotte.
They go across. Great decision by McCauley to come out and punch it out of danger.
Good little knockdown to keep possession by Guzman. This is important for Charlotte to not give up the ball in those kind of positions. Keep the ball locked in. As Norton gets after it.
Greer. Norton gets there. And clever move as he did the side kick. It's going to be an Eagles throw-in instead of a goal kick.
The Eagles have struggled when they've attacked to be able to lock the ball in, keep the ball in the attacking third, build it up, get a decent possession, but then can't maintain it, can't keep it in the final third, allowing Dynamo to counter too easily. Once you commit some numbers, you need the midfield and support to make it difficult for the Dynamo to get out. Been a little bit easy here in the second half for them to get forward and counter the Eagles' attacks, open the game up too much.
It'll be the Eagle throw in, that one going over the head of Jones.
Caught in two minds there, whether to come and take it early or take it off the bounce and the turf. Got him.
Now Yates nutmegged Brennan, but Yearwood won the ball and was promptly fouled by Yates. Going to be free kick for the Dynamo.
Great little bit of skill there from Yates. The outside of his left.
Don't forget that Nike is a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. And don't forget, all of the Charlotte Eagle home games will be streamed live on our YouTube page, Charlotte Eagles SC. All USL Pro games will be streamed live. They'll be streamed by the home teams. It's a great feature that the league has implemented the past 2 years. Last year on USL Nation, this year moved over to YouTube. As now Sunal is in the box, battling, and going to be a corner kick.
Risky move by Guzman to go to ground and put in the slide tackle inside his own penalty box.
That one goes sky high, and Duckworth comes out and gets it.
He wants to go early for Herrera. It's not a bad look.
And Herrera is battling there. Herrera gets to it. And finds the back of the net. Jorge Herrera. That may do it as Jorge gets the brace for the night and goes over to celebrate with his teammates warming up.
What a goal.
Fantastic play. And you know who gets the assist on that?
Brock Duckworth.
Brock Duckworth.
He's fired up back there, enjoying that one. He saw it right away, and the Dynamo had to commit those kind of numbers in the last 5-6 minutes of the game on a corner kick. Had to leave themselves 1v1 in the back, and Duckworth collected that ball. Saw that Herrera was 1v1, and just not only did he hit it 80 yards, he put it right into the path of Herrera.
Fantastic play from Duckworth and Herrera there.
Herrera with the composure, letting the defender's momentum carry him through, flicking it back behind him, and then just a left-footed screamer just went for power and blasted it by Macaulay.
And now Nipon trying to make something happen. One away by Duckett. And now Gino on the ball. Guzman. As Sunal went in with a dangerous slide tackle, but didn't make contact with Guzman. Saw Guzman had already kicked the ball away and pulled up at the last second. And that goes right into the arms of Brock Duckworth.
James Smith there, the recent introduction for the Dynamo, getting the left-footed shot off, but straight at the keeper. Herrera's touch lets him down out of bounds, but you're allowed that when your last touch found the back of the net.
Yearwood back to Brennan. Back to Austin Yearwood. Now looking for Sunal. Jones now crossing it in. Cleared out by Gold to Yates. Yates threads it through the ref over to Gino. Gino moving forward. And we're at the 90-minute mark as my chair falls. Always fun working here.
And back to the action. Boggs in no hurry. Faced up with Yearwood. Charlotte content to just keep the ball.
Cut off that Guzman pass. Looking for Nipon. Nipon battling and winning against Gold. Now over.
Numbers here for the Dynamo if they can get service, and they do.
And a fantastic save from Duckworth to send it over.
Brilliant ball to the backside that Sinol got caught well with the header, diving header.
And Guzman is going to get a late respite as he's going to come off, and Darren Toby is going to come on. Toby, a former and now again current Eagle, played with the Eagles 2 years ago when they made the Open Cup run to the quarterfinals. Played last year with VSI Tampa Bay, I believe. Dynamo send that one in. Headed out for another corner by Duckett. We're going to have 2 more minutes of stoppage time. Quickly taken, and now Sunol crosses it in. And cleared out. But back to the feet of the Dynamos. Wannemuller tries to get a little creative, but couldn't do anything with it.
Duckworth taking his time again to collect the ball. Into stoppage time here, 3-1. The Eagles appearing to be in control, going to move on to the next round. But you look at this Dynamo team, and I think you see multiple future pros on that team. Just a matter of experience and maybe some athleticism that the Eagles had this evening.
Absolutely.
That made the difference.
That's always the case when you have a USL Pro team go up against a PDL team. You know, a lot of times if these teams played with the PDL guys 3 years older,
Sure, exactly.
it would be a different story.
Now the talent on the field for the Dynamo is pretty high level. Give these guys some experience.
And that's going to be it. And no surprise, Jorge Herrera is the Powerade player of the game here tonight. 2 goals on the night, and just a fantastic, as you can, I don't know if you can see, but Jorge's little son racing out there to him.
Geronimo out to greet Papa.
And I tell you what, Geronimo is going to be a better player than his dad is when he gets old. That kid's already...
He can already strike a ball, 5 years old.
But it's a fantastic night tonight here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Great result for the Eagles as they'll move on to play the Carolina Railhawks in Cary, North Carolina. And don't forget, Eagles fans, the Lady Eagles home opener this Saturday here at Dixon Field, 7 o'clock. Be there or be square. For Mitch Sanford, I'm Hunter Banks. Have a great evening.